To me, the best part of living in Gainesville is being able to go to the Gator games. I went here for undergrad, so I'm a huge fan at this point, and every fall to be able to go to the games as a student is just wonderful. Gainesville also does have a lot to offer for everybody though, since there's so many places within driving distance, like half an hour, 45 minutes away to go out, to go kayaking, canoeing, hiking, any outdoorsy things, and there's a lot of things downtown that you can do if you prefer more of the indoor kinds of things. So it's a good balance for everybody. I fully believe I stood out in the application process because of my involvement with the Dean of Students office in undergrad. I was part of an organization that served as ambassadors to the office, where I served in multiple leadership roles, and I also worked for the office as a student employee in the Disability Resource Center. And while all that has nothing to do with veterinary medicine, which a lot of people told me that I should quit and find a job in a clinic, I think it really helped me stand out because not many people had anything like that on their applications. And it was also something that I was passionate and could talk about. To me, hands down, the hardest part of the application process was deciding which schools to apply to. I was dead set on getting in on my first time applying because I didn't want to go through the whole cycle twice. And so it was hard deciding which schools and how many, since the costs really add up a lot on the application process. But once I finally narrowed down the list, which took months for me to figure out my spreadsheet and all, everything else just flowed between the written application, supplementals, interviews, and waiting to hear back from schools just flew by. The best advice I have for applicants is to do what you want, as long as you do take the required coursework for the veterinary schools you're applying to and you get the animal experience. Other than that, just do what you want. If there's a certain class you want to take, or a club you want to be in, or there's a volunteer opportunity, or a job you can work at, even if it has nothing to do with veterinary medicine, if you're interested in it, I highly recommend you just do them, because the rest of your life is going to be dedicated to veterinary medicine, so why start now? Why not do something that'll make you more well-rounded and stand out between other applicants? If I could go back and do it all again, I would have more fun while I was still in undergrad. The whole time I was in undergrad, I was so focused on getting into vet school that I just put a lot more time and effort into my classes and getting the whole checklist of the leadership experience, extracurriculars, the veterinary experience, and while it did help me get accepted, at the same time I could have spent a lot less time doing that and more time just making memories in college that I'll never be able to go back and do. Balancing school and social life, it's a week-to-week thing for me. I do not study well with other people. I just get distracted and end up just chatting the whole time. So I've learned I need to be on my own when I study. So when we have weeks when we have multiple exams, I turn into a little bit of a hermit, just doing my own thing, because at the end of the day, I do need to pass all my classes. But on weeks where there aren't as many exams, I make as much time as possible to spend time with my friends. You do have a social life in veterinary school, even if it's hard to believe sometimes. There's always the opportunity to be with friends. Second year compared to first year are basically night and day. Second year, the days are longer, you have a lot more classes, you have a lot more exams, so academically it's much more difficult and stressful. But the courses are all about disease processes, diagnosing them, treating them, so it's more interesting. Every day I sit in class thinking, wow, I'm learning how to be a vet right now. And it's a wonderful feeling. Whereas first year, there was a lot more free time, which was nice, and I didn't appreciate it at the time. But to be honest, I hated a lot of the classes last year because they were teaching you more about how the systems work in a healthy animal, which at the time I didn't see why most of the information was relevant. But now as a second year, there's a moment at least once a day, every day in class, where I'm like, oh, that's why it mattered last year. When I was accepted, I was actually at work, and we weren't supposed to be checking our emails, but I just had a feeling that it was coming out that day. So I was secretly checking my email and I lost it because I was so excited, but I was trying to keep it cool so nobody would find out that I was breaking the rules. But of course everybody found out, and everybody in the office congratulated me, and a memo was sent out to everybody in all the other offices, and it was a really great feeling. Go Gators!